Hey everyone, today uh, is Saturday. I'd like to welcome you guys, and we are live. We're live on YouTube, and for those of you who are receiving this, hopefully we've reached out to enough people to come in. We're not going to be long, but we're going to get directly to the point, and I'm also going to mention a few things about upcoming events. This is Warren Thomas. Thank you guys for listening. And those of you who will be listening in the future, thank you also. First thing I want you guys to do is subscribe to my channel, Warren Thomas. Also, when you see these videos, please like the videos, because from what I understand how YouTube works, the more likes you have, the more your videos rise in the listings and so forth, and ends up in more people's time stream. Also, if you guys can share this video with others, I'll really appreciate it. Today, we're going to touch on a very interesting topic. The reason I'm bringing this up because I've been asked by a few clients over the last few weeks, and what tends to happen, if you have a question in regards to finances, please shoot it to me by email or by the comment section, and I'll respond to it in relationship to raising money, buying a business, starting a business, anything along that lines, and we're going to let that guy go by. Anyway, anything along that lines, if you have an interest in, please let me know, and I'll try to answer your questions, so forth. It, should be worth your time, because uh, I get paid a lot to answer questions, and for those of you who are subscribers, we are making my time available to answer your questions, and so forth. So again, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Now, the topic of the day is how you can remove bankruptcies, judgments, and which is not mentioned in the title, tax liens, and anything on that would be construed as a public record. Oftentimes we're told that, well, if you have a bankruptcy on your credit report, it can be anywhere between 7 to 10 years before you can remove that information. Folks, I'm here to tell you, with a good plan, you can remove a bankruptcy, whether it was dismissed, as in my case, or if you went completely through the process, um, you can remove bankruptcy within 2 years, 3 years, or even 5 years. You don't have to wait 7. You don't have to wait 10 years to remove that bankruptcy, or matter of fact, any public record. And I'm going to share with the strategy with you guys today. And I'm going to give the gentleman that I learned the strategy from credit for it. His name is Corey P. Smith. Corey wrote a book, Conspiracy of Credit. I did purchase this book, but I actually learned this particular strategy watching one of his YouTube videos. And the thing that I've tend to do often is, if I learn something, it seems that it can benefit me or my clients, I'm most likely going to be the first person to try it out. In the case of this particular strategy, I did not have an opportunity to try it, but I did confirm that the process works. Now, let's deal with bankruptcies, whether it's Chapter 13 or Chapter 7. When you're filing a bankruptcy, uh, that bankruptcy will go into become a public record. And for the most part, we are under the impression that the bankruptcy courts are the ones who place this information in the public record. Well, in actuality, it's not. There's actually a agency similar to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian that collects public records across the country. And this agency basically sells your information to those 3 bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and experience. Now, if you had a bankruptcy and it's on your report, it was not the bankruptcy court that placed it there. In actuality, the bankruptcy court does not report to any of the credit agencies. So how do you remedy this? How do you remove this? Well, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, um, any information placed on a credit report must be 100% accurate. Well, if the bankruptcy court is not placing information on your credit report, that's an inaccuracy. That means there's a third party that's doing it, and that opens itself up to scrutiny. It's not a situation where the institution that you're dealing with placed that information on your credit report. So that automatically creates an opportunity for you to dispute, because the way we remove derogatory information is through the dispute process. For those of you who are interested, you can dispute these things yourself, and we'll talk about judgments and tax liens in a minute. But any inaccuracies on your report, you have to dispute it and so forth. Well, with bankruptcies, since the bankruptcy court does not place this information on your credit report, and this third party entity does, then all they do, they have a network of individuals who scour the courts and upload public information into their system. And then in turn, they sell this information to the three big credit bureaus and so forth. So with that, how do you remove this process? Well, as I mentioned to you, I didn't fully go through the process myself, but I did investigate it. I actually called the bankruptcy court. And the reason I was very familiar with it, because for those of you who know my background, when the market had crashed in 2008, 2009, I filed bankruptcy as a mechanism, as a means to save some of my properties. I owned a few properties. I was on a major mission with my wife at the time to purchase as many single family houses as we could. And we were building up a nicer portfolio. But when the market crashed, we couldn't liquidate. We couldn't basically get mortgages to refinance some of the higher interest debt. We got caught in a major cash crunch. And I had a lot of properties at the time that were empty, that were going through renovation. And bottom line, we lost them. And one of the strategies that was given to me at the time was to file bankruptcy, dismiss, and that was a way you could save the properties, or at least stall for time. Because in this game of managing money, when you're on the opposite side of the 8 ball, you want to be in the business of buying time. Because the more time you have, the more time and flexibility you have to correct your situation. And those of you who subscribe and will get my information, I'm going to give you strategies over the next few weeks that will help you learn how to buy time, because we are not, all of us are, there's none of us that's not exempt from a financial crisis in our lives. And the key to weathering financial crises is having the ability to buy time. So the way I tried to buy time, as explained to me by a good friend of mine, was to file bankruptcy in court to as a mechanism to save the properties. Well, that's what I did. And the thing that I learned, that you can file bankruptcy twice and it will stall the process, but you can't file bankruptcy a third time. What I did was file and dismiss, because I was buying time, looking for ways to restructure and refinance, right? But folks, I didn't get enough time. I didn't have enough time. And I lost a lot of property that way. And I'm not, I felt bad at, one time, we were organizing this portfolio, structuring situations wherein that we'd have, consistent cash flow coming in on a monthly basis and, building our wealth. But that crisis hit a lot of folks, and some were able to weather it, most were not. But anyway, it is what it is, and we've since then moved on and are rebuilt and still building. So with that, I filed bankruptcy, and I was able to I was able to structure, um, well, not to structure. I learned what was necessary in order for me to deal with the bankruptcy situations. In actuality, a lot of what I've learned dealing with public records has been over the last year, 2016, 2017. So I actually had to live with some of those derogatories on my credit report. And I mean, I knew some information, but as with a lot of things, you know, but you don't apply it. And what I'm recommending is whatever you learn from me, please apply and share with others. As you know, a lot of my stuff, a lot of my information, I do charge, but I also am compelled to share as much information as I can to individuals who are basically DIY, do it yourself. I will give you the information, you do it yourself. But if you want me to help you, want my team to help you have to pay for that because we have overhead and a variety of other things we have to cover. And it's only fair that if you need our help, you pay for the service. But I can direct you to information. So those of you, there are lots of resources online that you can get letters in relationship to disputing um, information on your credit report. But those of you who do need help, we're here to help you and so forth. But needless to say, with the bankruptcies, um, uh, when I called the bankruptcy court, first question I asked them was, do you share information with the credit bureaus, uh, bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian? And the gentleman that answered the phone said, no, we don't. So at no point does the bankruptcy court send any of your bankruptcy information to the credit bureaus. Wow. When he said that, it confirmed what Corey P. Smith had spoke about. They don't share the information. So my next question was, can I receive correspondence from your organization, from your institution, indicating that? And they gave me the address. I also asked, is it possible that I may come down uh, rather than send a request? May I come down and obtain that same information? The gentleman said yes. He gave me his name, and when I got to the bankruptcy court, I would ask for him. So at that time, I had already started eliminating most of the stuff off my report. Um, and one of the workshops we do have coming up will be the importance of credit in building wealth. The importance of credit in building wealth. For those of you, I'm going to probably have that workshop scheduled in a couple of weeks. So keep an eye out and an ear out for upcoming events and the importance of building wealth. I mean, the importance of credit in building wealth. So uh, basically, um, I determined that uh, that what Corey had indicated was actual and factual. That since the courts don't report, and I can obtain a letter to the fact that indicated that the courts does not send this documentation to the bureaus, I would in turn use that if I needed to, if I needed to the bureaus indicating that this information on my report was an error and they would have to delete it because it was not received directly from the courthouse, the bankruptcy court, and there will be errors in its information, and it needs to be removed off my credit report. So for you, if you're dealing with the bankruptcy on your report right now, you can check out Corey P. Smith book, Conspiracy of Credit. You could also look him up online. Uh, I recommend you guys look into some of the information. He's got some very good information. Also, the information I just gave you directly, call the court yourself, confirm the veracity of my statement, confirm that yes, the courts don't share information with the credit bureaus, and with that, draft up a letter and dispute it upon your confirmation, and that will help you to remove. Now, the thing that you have to understand in relationship to disputing information under the Fair Credit Reporting Act is that the way you remove derogatory information, now this we're dealing with whether it's judgments, tax liens, or any kind of public record, or even any kind of derogatory information that's not public record, but that's on your report, it's through the dispute process. You have the right to dispute any inaccuracies on your report. It could be a misspelling of the name, it could be the wrong address, it can be anything. That's why it's important that you guys look at your credit reports thoroughly, and look for inaccuracies and then challenge. The key to removing information off of your report is consistency. One of my challenges over the years was I was not consistent. You know, I'd challenge here and then wait 6 months and then forget about it and maybe do it. It was kind of a half-assed approach, and that's why I was never able to remove a lot of the negative items off my report. But I became more disciplined because I'm building my wealth and building up my portfolio, and I understand the importance of having credit. So in this system that we live in a credit-based system. So if you want to succeed, I'm not telling you have to love the system. I'm not telling you have to do anything other than prosper within the system and utilize it to your advantage. Credit is the basis of the system. And if you master credit, you master the system. Whatever you do with the resources you generate, hey, that's up to you. But learn to master the mechanism, learn to master the system. And the fundamental basis for this system is credit. So that's very important on that side. Guys, anyone can build wealth within the system once you have the information. And that's what I teach, that's what I show, and that's what I apply in my life going forward. So with that, you dispute it. You have to be consistent. So that means every 30 days, 30, 45 days, once the bureaus respond to you, you send out your dispute letters again. And you keep doing it until they remove the item off the report. And folks, they will remove it. Take my word for it. They will remove it. It may take 30 days, 45 days, 60, 90 days, whatever the amount of time it does, you keep disputing it until they remove it. You see, they're hoping that you are not consistent. You try once, they basically come back and say, well, we found that this information is valid, blah, 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 not a whole bunch of bullshit. What you do again is challenge it, and you dispute it until they remove it. So you have to be consistent. So with that, that's how you remove judgments, tax liens, and even bankruptcies. And you don't have to wait 7 to 10 years. You dispute the process. You have a background now why and how to dispute a bankruptcy based on the fact that the bankruptcy court does not report to the credit bureaus. Folks, utilize this information to the best of your advantage. Those of you who would like more information or would be interested in attending one of our upcoming seminars, I do have a seminar coming up called, I think what we have it is Become the Richest Man in Babylon. Become the richest man in Babylon. How to use other people's money to build wealth. This is a webinar. It's $199. I think those of you who are interested in starting the road, getting on the road to building wealth, whether you're looking to start a business, whether you're looking to finance your existing business, or you don't even have an idea and you want to do something to start making some money, $5,000, $10,000 a month, listen, sign up for this workshop, Become the Richest Man in Babylon, how to build wealth utilizing other people's money. Let me give you some of the things that you'll learn in this particular webinar. How to remove derogatory information off of your credit report and don't let it return back onto your credit report. How to block certain negative items from reporting back on your credit report, especially in public records. How to access capital, 0% interest, basically free money, free money. Imagine if somebody gave you $100,000 and said, listen, pay it back monthly for anywhere between a year to 2 years, but you have this lump sum of $100,000 to do whatever you want with it, and you're paying no interest. That's one of the techniques I'm going to talk about and strategies I'm going to talk about in this particular workshop. I'm going to teach you how to become the bank, how you make money like the banks do. See, banks lend out money. I want to show you how to lend out money wherein that you're using other people's money to grow. See, we are utilizing the principles of the richest man in Babylon. There was basically 7 principles that is prescribed in the book, and I'm going to give you a real life scenarios for you to use these principles within your own life to build wealth. It's $199. You can pre-register. You can either send an email to admin, ADMIN, at renewal, RENUALINTL, renewalintl.com. Indicate that you're interested in attending the workshop, or call 404-736-6067, 404-736-6067, and register for the How to Become the Richest Man in Babylon webinar. You won't regret it. It's only $199, folks, and it's going to be a fantastic workshop and webinar. It's probably going to be about 90 minutes, and then we'll probably do a question and answer period after that. But definitely, please register for that class. And if you have a partner, family member that you want to build business with, you want to grow, you want to establish a legacy for your children, please attend this workshop. It's vital to your financial health. Again, the How to Become the Richest Man in Babylon workshop and webinar. Please register for that once you have the opportunity to. Anyway, on that note, folks, again, thank you guys for listening to this live broadcast. I'm going to try to do more of these on a weekly basis, and even probably bi-weekly, and different topics that we're going to bring up. Again, those of you who are interested in funding your business, we have our business credit and financing suites program. You can go to quickcashforbusinesses.com. That's quickcashforbusinesses, plural.com, and you can learn about that. Sign up and register. Those of you who are interested in buying real estate and you're looking for financing, or you're looking for direction on how to finance and acquire investment property, whether it's to rehab, to buy and hold, to sell, to do new construction, give us a call or go to Quick Cash for Businesses, register for the email. And also you get, once you go to quickcashforbusinesses.com, the website, click on the free ebook, our Using Business Credit ebook. It's a free ebook. Please, you'll share your information, your email address with us, and I will send you a free ebook in relationship to building business credit. Again, please like, subscribe, and share this information. Give us a thumbs up. If this information was valuable to you, please share it with others and help me to build my subscriber base. Share this information with others if it's valuable. I think the information I do offer does bring value. And yeah, on that note, folks, thanks again, and look forward to you guys sharing next time. And hopefully my assistant will be in with me next time, and we can take questions via the comment section of this platform. Thank you guys, and have a good day.